Hey Aries, how are you? Welcome to your Horoscope Psychic Tarot reading for the entire year of 2020. If you would be interested in a personal reading from me, I am available and I would love to read for you. So check out my website, LAMARR to purchase a reading from me. I do astrology, birth chart readings, natal chart readings. I also do psychic tarot readings, much like this one I'm about to do for you. I also do candle work. So check out my website, LamarTownsendTarot.com. I do have a special right now, 2020 New Year special. You get one candle of your choice. I have love candles, money candles, protection candles, and other candles as well. You get a 30-minute recorded psychic tarot reading, much like this, and a 30-minute recorded birth chart reading, all in one for $100. I also have other specials, $55 for a 20-minute psychic tarot reading and a 20-minute birth chart reading. So check out my website and see what most resonates with you, and we'll go from there. You can also call me or text me at 703-791-9162 for a reading as well, and I'm available. I would love to read for you. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment, and share with your friends and family. Keep in touch with me on my social media, LAMARR Townsend Tarot on Instagram and Facebook. And also, make sure that you hit the bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube so that you get a notification every time I go live or upload a brand new video. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and this includes the year, alright, the entire year of 2020. So this includes the months of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December of 2020. Excuse me if you hear my phone going off. I literally just sent out some text messages to my clients letting them know that I am available today. So I might get a lot of messages. We might hear some noises. I'm going to try and figure out how to turn it on silent. But it does feel like Aries, there's something here. Because I tried to do your reading earlier and then I was getting prepared and then something fell. And it fell on camera and it made this big noise. So I paused the video and then I had to vacuum up the mess. And then I noticed I came back and I guess I didn't pause the video because the video was recording the whole time, me cleaning up the mess. So I had to restart it, and here I am now, and it seems like there's still things out of my control going on, and I feel like there's something there with you as well, Aries. And I feel like I've said Leo in this reading. Aries. This reading is for Aries, and there's something with going with the flow and accepting things you can't change, accepting that there may be things that don't necessarily go your way. There may be things that go your way, but not in the way you want them to go. It's like just learning to make the best of your circumstances is definitely a theme I'm picking up energetically or psychically for you for the year of 2020. But let's go ahead and stop the small talk, the small chit chat, and get into your reading. Once again, this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the entire year of 2020. So no matter when you're seeing this video, may it resonate with you and wherever you have Aries in your chart or Aries in your life, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the reading for Aries for 2020. What's in store for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the entire year of 2020? For the months of January, February, March, and April. Going with the flow, accepting things you can't change. Maybe even walking away from people or situations in 2020, Aries. Especially people or situations that cause you like strife or frustration. Or pain in some way. You know, it's interesting, Aries, because you are a leader in many ways, and it can be frustrating for you when people don't seem to trust your instincts or trust the direction you're going in. You know, it can be frustrating. It looks like it can be frustrating. Okay, yeah, I just got a reading, you guys. Sorry about that. But it can be frustrating when someone doesn't see in you what you see in yourself. And it's interesting because so many of you can sometimes stay in these situations where it's like you feel like you have to prove yourself. You have to prove to people or someone that it's like you're worthy. You've got this. So many cards popping out. You're worthy. You've got this. But you spend so much time and you waste so much time defending your honor, defending your pride, defending your decisions that it's like you realize people don't really care. People are going to believe what they want to believe. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to turn this on silent. Hold on. Okay, hopefully we won't be getting any more interruptions. Let me put this on silent as well. Okay. You spend so much time like you spend so much time and waste so much time realizing that people don't really care, and they're going to believe what they want to believe. If someone's interaction with you in the past was, or if someone's impression of you in the past was something of a negative nature or something along those lines, or if someone's, impression of you in the past was put you in a box in some way, shape, or form, it's like sometimes you have to walk away from people like that, and it's frustrating because these can be people that you've known for years, people in your family. But when someone won't allow you to change or won't accept the change that you're trying to make in your life, sometimes you just gotta walk away. You gotta release that, feeling of your need to control the situation, control the person, or get the person to see your perspective. Some other people's narrative sometimes fits their comfort, all right, where they're at in life right now, and a lot of times that narrative does relate to you, that narrative that they have in their mind about you. This is very first house energy, which is first house is your ruling house. And the first house is all about perception and how people perceive us, how we perceive ourselves. It's our self-image. And a lot of times we want to work to change that. It's that Mars energy that you possess. That desire for never being put in a box. This could be very much resonating for you if you have an Aries rising. This reading could really resonate with you. Of course, if you have an Aries sun, moon, or whatever, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. I'm definitely picking up Aries rising vibes. For those of you that don't know, the rising sign relates to our first house. I think there's something there, Aries, where people, and not everyone, some people are, appreciating the changes that you're making within yourself and the changes that you are imparting on the things that you touch. It's like as you change, the certain things in your life are going to change. Like if you own a business, if you have children, your relationship to your children, your relationship to your business, your relationship to your job and your coworkers and your boss. These things are going to shift over the next year because there's something where you've gotten a little bit comfortable over the past decade or this past several years or past several months, Aries. You've gotten a little bit comfortable. There's nothing bad with being comfortable. There's nothing bad with being complacent, especially if you're in a place in your life where you're actually happy. But for some of you, you weren't happy. You were comfortable. You were complacent. It's interesting because this can relate to so many things. This can relate to your health, your weight, your job, your career, where you live. There's just certain goals, Aries, that for some reason or another, you never allowed yourself to fully reach the highest heights of those goals. It's like, for example, maybe there is something with weight and you wanting to get in shape and you wanting to get a six pack and get really muscular. But maybe there were moments throughout the year that were very stop start. You know, moments where it's not that you were looking for validation, but you were putting in the hard work. You were putting in the hours, and it's like, it seemed like no one noticed. It seemed like those who you wanted to notice or those who you wanted support from, like, weren't fully aware of how much these changes you were trying to implement meant to you. So it's almost like, I just get the image of someone like working out and like being really healthy and then walking into a room and like hoping or expecting someone notices. It's like, you know, they want someone to say, have you been losing weight? Or it's like someone that's been putting a lot of hours in their job or their career to improve their life. You know, you wanted someone to notice. And it's not just someone. It's the people that really matter to you. But it's like all they saw was all they saw. You know, maybe you look like you lost a few pounds, but you know, I just see the same old Aries. You know, nothing has really changed about you. You're still the same old Aries to me. You're still the same old kid. You're still the same old. It's like you want to break out of that same oldness that people associate you with. You want to do something different with your life. You want to do something courageous. You want to do something exciting, exhilarating. Interesting. For some of you, you have to be careful though of doing these things for others or doing these things for seeking the validation of other people. Maybe if I do this, then they'll notice me. But you have to do it genuinely for you. It's interesting because when you do things genuinely for yourself, when you do things with genuineness behind it, a genuine intention, that's when people notice, Aries. It's not when you're intentionally doing something to get people to notice. That's not how it works. And I think for a long time you've been operating under this idea or belief, I suppose, that if I do it for others, then people will notice. Then people will do the same for me. Then people will realize that I'm a leader, that I have all these qualities, that I am capable. Then I'll change their minds. Then I'll change their perceptions about me. And you were putting in the hard work, don't get me wrong. And this can mean even like inner work. This is a lot of energy to pick up just from the Two of Cups card. Usually people associate the Two of Cups with like love, but it's so important when I think, you know, you're a reader of cards specifically to be able to interpret, to be able to interpret. All right, let me get off my soapbox. You have to do things with genuineness behind it, Aries. You have to do things genuinely. And I think that's why I see you operating from a more genuine space. And in this genuineness and you being real with yourself and others, it's going to hurt certain people's feelings. It's going to step on certain people's toes. Some of you may go against other people's better wishes for you. But is it really better wishes for you, or is it better wishes for themselves? See how that genuineness can be translated to other people's relationships and dynamics with you? Are other people being genuine with you as well? You're craving genuineness in 2020, Aries. You're craving genuine connections, genuine passions, genuine feelings. Genuineness in terms of yourself and presenting that side of yourself to others. Because I think now you're realizing you attract what you put out there. You attract things, people, situations to you based off of what's on the inside and not necessarily on the outside. Of course, we attract things and people to us on the outside based off of our outside appearance. You are the first house, for goodness sakes. And the first house does rule our physical appearance. But that's not all, Aries. The inside matters just as much, and if not more. Because you can be pretty on the outside, you can be beautiful, you can have amazing hair, you can have amazing body, you can have amazing sense of style. But if the inside doesn't match what you're presenting into the world, what you're putting out there in terms of your physical appearance, then it's not going to click. You need that genuineness to bring the recipe together. It's literally like you trying to make brownies without chocolate, without or you trying to make, what's like a key ingredient? Macaroni without cheese. It's like you need all of the ingredients to really make the magic work for you. Now I'm hungry. I haven't eaten today yet. Should I go or should I stay? I will say that you are going to be called to leave once again situations in which you feel you are not being appreciated for your true value. It's like the energy of people appreciating you for a gift you have. I'm just going to use myself for example. I don't think I have any, well, I have Aries somewhere in my chart, but it's like in a house or somewhere like that. Sometimes I have this situation where people only want to know me or only want to be associated with me because of my gift, my psychic abilities, or my ability to read astrology really accurately and, have my own kind of twist and spin on things. But I'm so much more than that. And sometimes I feel like when I try to present other parts of myself, my artistic side, my intellectual side, my feminine side, I get rejected or shut down. Or that's at least how I feel or experience it within my own perception. It's kind of something I'm feeling with you, Aries, where it's like, maybe you have a special talent. Maybe you have a special gift. Maybe you have something that's very special or unique about you. Maybe you're just a hard worker. But you're so much more than that. You're so much more than what certain people, I will say, not everyone, what certain people see you for. And you want to relate to people on more levels than one. It's like friends, you make friends and you're all really into going out and partying or something like that. Or you're all really into starting your own businesses. But it's like, maybe you're also into golfing. Maybe you're also into fishing. Maybe you're also thinking about owning a home, but these friends are kind of like, I'm not into all that. Should I leave or should I stay? Maybe this even relates to your job because this does show up in the placement of our money and our personal finances and our sense of well-being and security. But, it's interesting because even in relationships, there's something that makes us feel insecure when we don't feel appreciated for our totality of who we are, rather than just a facet of who we are. Does that make sense? Maybe you've been wanting a raise in regards to your job. But people want to keep you, your supervisors, your bosses want to keep you in this box and keep trying to string you along and say, "Oh, you'll get it soon." Some of you are going to leave situations in which you feel like you're not being appreciated because you're wanting more for yourself in your life, but you also want to be around people who appreciate your true beauty, your true essence. Not just parts of you or your beauty or your essence. It's like someone loving your nose but forgetting about the rest of your face. Oh, I love your nose. What about my eyes? What about my lips? What about the shape of my face? No, just your nose. It's like kind of ridiculous when you think about it, right? But then you have to be careful about that as well, because then that can create some insecurity within you. What if you had a bad nose day, or someone loves you just for your hair? You have a bad hair day. You're going to reach a point where you're going to want to be appreciated or known for more than what you're appreciated or known for currently. I can do more, you know. I'm worth more, you know. I have more talents, you know. I have more skills, you know. That's how I see you being with other people. And you're not going to accept less than you deserve. I'm seeing someone in a job interview and interviewing for a job, and you're like really qualified, but it's like there's something there where it's like it's beneath you, whether it's the pay or the job duties itself. But you've got to be careful of taking it anyway, because you know you're not going to be happy. Well, they do treat me this way because I have this and that expertise, but the pay is low, or the location sucks. It's like, you know, you can't accept less than you deserve. You gotta stop this thing of getting in where you fit in and finding your own seat, finding your own table, creating your own table, creating your own seat. You're not meant to fit in, Aries. You're meant to be a leader. You're meant to have freedom and creativity and come into this life to live the life you want to live, to experience life on your terms. To teach others to do the same, but you can't do that by putting yourself in a box or allowing others to put you in a box any longer. Alright? Wow, I've gone on and I've only pulled 2 cards. Let's pull more cards, you guys. Okay. It's interesting, Aries, because you are definitely, whether you're male or female, are a more masculine sign. Mars, your ruling planet, the first house does rule masculinity. But I feel like you're falling more into your opposite element here, your opposite zodiac sign. We all have an opposite zodiac sign. Each zodiac sign has an opposite. And your opposite is actually Libra, ruled by Venus, which was femininity. So some of you are stepping into a role of being more feminine. Now, when I say that, I don't mean if you're a man carrying a purse, you know, and high heel shoes, putting on a wig or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I tend to do that on Sundays, specifically. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a Libra moon, so. When I say femininity, we have to think of what femininity is associated with, and not just the stereotypical things. Femininity is associated with intuition, beauty. Remember I was saying something about beauty? And if we think about it, femininity has an element to it that's multifaceted and that appreciates multifacetedness in others. Whereas Mars, masculinity, can be a bit more face value, if that makes sense. So some of you are stepping into a role of being more receptive of people. Rather than maybe feeling like you have to force yourself or your opinions on others to get them to hear you, or people feeling like they have to be this way with you, there's a more intuitive way of going about communicating and expressing your thoughts. Some of you may be looking into moving, saving up to move. Some of you could score really lucky and find like the perfect home at the perfect price. But some of you are making strides towards moving, getting your own place if you live with other people. Some of you are building with your partner, or building with a loved one, whether this is in a romantic sense or a family member, or just a close loved one. You're building with someone. Could also be an in-home business for some of you. Some of you are building an in-home business, or are building a business with someone else, or building a business from your home, from the comfort of your home. But there's something where, and this is interesting, I'm going back to like people's perceptions of you, and maybe even people saying you'll never be able to do that, but now you're reaching a point where you just have to, like, you can no longer suppress your genuine passions, Aries. So there's something calling towards you, a higher calling, and you're moving towards that. And whatever this higher calling is, Aries, it's going to bring you abundance, wealth, and prosperity. So definitely listen to your intuition at this time. Trust your intuition, trust the process, and believe in yourself most importantly. Alright, because some of you are being called towards a higher purpose. And in this sense, this higher purpose is doing something on your own. Moving forward on your own in some way, shape, or form. Whether this literally means you'll be on your own, or whether it means you and someone else, or a small group of people. For some of you, this change within yourself involves you wanting to attract better quality people, better quality experiences to yourself. So you're realizing hanging out with the lower vibrational people has been bringing you lower vibrational experiences, other lower vibrational people. And it's like, for some of you, you want to be higher vibrational, all right? Especially this year in 2020. But for some of you, you want these lower vibrational people around you, and this could be something more so in the past, that happened in the past. It's like you wanted these lower vibrational people around you to lift their vibration and be higher vibrational with you as well. But it's like, once again, you got shut down. Oh, you'll never be able to do that. I'm never going to be able to do that. There's no point. We're stuck. It's like all of these negative thoughts and negative feelings and negativity, just like you had to get yourself out of the muck. You have to get yourself out of that muck of negativity. Because you're being called towards something higher, Aries, in 2020. And you can't move towards this higher calling being surrounded by negative, lower vibrational people and experiences and circumstances. Of course, in certain cases, or in a lot of cases, nothing is going to happen overnight. Change is not going to happen overnight necessarily. But change starts with you. Alright? And it's going to happen for you. Change is definitely going to happen for you in 2020. It's just in the cards. It's in the stars. But that change isn't going to come with some uncomfortableness. Remember I was saying at the beginning of the reading how a lot of you have just been comfortable lately? You got to get uncomfortable to get to a new space of comfort. And I feel like this new space of comfort, it's not going to be a space of comfort where you get complacent once again and you get stuck or stagnant. You're going to get to, sorry the camera cut off, you're going to get to a place where you are comfortable but you want more for yourself in your life. Like, I'm happy with where I am, I'm happy with where I'm going, but I still want more. You're on the right track. You're definitely on the right track. You're on the right track Baby, you were born this way. Ooh, there ain't no no other way. Baby, I was born this way. What a song for the previous decade, right? But so, it rings so true. It's funny, I think Lady Gaga's an Aries. Isn't she an Aries or like a Scorpio or something like that? It's so true because you were born to be who you are becoming. You were not born to be in a box, Aries. You were not born to be less than. You were not born to suppress your true self or suppress your true purpose. Alright? There's a purpose and a plan for your life, Aries. And I think you're realizing that now. And you can no longer surround yourself with people who don't realize that there's a purpose and a plan for their lives too. What you're also realizing is that you can't make people realize that there's a purpose and a plan for their life. They have to realize that on their own, much like you are right now. You're coming to your own realization that I think I'm meant for something more in my life. I think I'm meant for something more than this current job, this current relationship, this current living situation, the current money I'm making, the current impact I'm making on the world, on the public, on my audience, on my clients. It's just like you want to be better. You want to be a better version of yourself. Not only for yourself, but for other people. Remember I was saying that, for your children, for your business, for your pets or something like that, right? And you being better for yourself, you are, of course, being better for others, but it's not something you can force. Is also like something that a lot of you have realized. You can't force change. You especially can't force change on others, and no one can force change on you for that matter either, Aries. No matter how hard they try. But patience is a virtue. Especially when it comes to Aries having to deal with other people and them making a decision that involves you in some way, shape, or form. Whether this involves a relationship, a business partnership, a job, looking at your application or reviewing their interview that they did with you. It's like patience is a virtue. And realizing that you can't force situations. And this happens to a lot of people where you really, really want something, but for some reason you're not chosen for that opportunity. That opportunity isn't meant for you. So there's also patience with that as well. Patience and understanding and giving yourself time to let go and move on when things are not meant for you. But also giving yourself patience and time for things to come to fruition. You're fire, so you want things to happen immediately. You want things to happen fast. You want change to come, as soon as possible. But there's also things behind the scenes, Aries, that need to take place in order to make sure this change comes and stays. Make sure that this change comes in the most appropriate way possible. The safest way possible. A way in which it's not too abrasive or overwhelming for you or others. Now, in some instances, abrasiveness and overwhelming, when it comes to change, can be a necessary thing. But when it's big change, I think it's much easier to take and to swallow. Maybe that wasn't the best analogy, but it's much easier to digest when it comes in small doses. Okay? It may not make sense now, but it will make sense down the line, especially once the opportunity presents itself to you, finally, after waiting so long. This is why I had to wait. I had to go through this, and this. And maybe there was something going on behind the scenes on the other end or the other party side where you didn't even realize was going on. But you definitely got to be willing to walk away, Aries, from situations in which you know it's below your standards. You know it's less than you deserve in the sense of you settling. But also walk away from situations, once again, in which you're not being valued. You're not being seen for the totality of what you bring to the table. Now, of course, not every skill, talent, personality trait that you have is going to be applicable to the opportunity, situation, person in front of you. But if that person, opportunity, situation isn't willing to at least listen, or isn't willing to at least explore the different parts of you, appreciate the different parts of you that you bring to the table, then it's not an opportunity worth investing in for you, Aries, because eventually those other sides of you are going to want to come out. You're not going to want to be boxed in. So if someone or something or a situation or opportunity is boxing you in from the jump, from the get-go, walk away. Of course, in certain instances, maybe you have to take what's given to you. You know, maybe you are looking for a job and you need a job right away, and you get a job that's boxing you in a little bit, but it's a job. You know, it's something for now while you look for something better later. All right? Don't get complacent. All right? Don't get stagnant. Don't get stuck. There's also that thing where you get boxed in and then, like, you feel like you have to fight your way out, or you get easily depressed. You get easily upset when someone or something takes your freedom away, or it feels like your freedom is taken away in some sense. That can actually be an Aries weakness, is their freedom being taken away. Which is a whole different video. Cinco de Bastos, 5 of Wands. Some of you are tired of fighting. Fighting for your place in the world. Fighting for your voice to be heard. But when you walk away, you find that, you know, those you've been fighting, they end up having to fight themselves. They have no one else to fight with, argue with. Because in you walking away, you're fighting for yourself. You're believing in yourself. In fighting others, you're forcing others to believe in you, or to see your perspective once again. But sometimes not all battles are worth being fought, Aries. Sometimes it's literally best just to walk away. Can't always meet fire with fire. For that matter, you can always meet water or ice with fire. When someone else walks away, you can't force them to come back sometimes. You can't force them to see your side of your perspective. Kind of goes back to how I was saying, you know, when situations or circumstances or opportunities happen that are not meant for you, walking away gracefully. Because you never know, that person, situation, opportunity could come back around eventually down the line. But you don't want to burn a bridge by walking away in anger, walking away in distress, and making a big stink about it, you know? All the time, especially. I feel like this is definitely I'm picking up like Venus and Aries vibes, or even like 11th house and Aries vibes, Uranus and Aries vibes, Neptune and Aries vibes. That's what I'm feeling. So if you want a birth chart reading for me, definitely get a birth chart reading, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Like I said, I do have specials right now on birth chart readings. I have the $55 special where you get a 20-minute psychic tarot reading and a 20-minute birth chart reading. But I also have the New Year special, 2020 New Year special, where you get a candle, you get a 30-minute recorded birth chart reading, and a 30-minute recorded psychic tarot reading. If just a birth chart reading is a little bit too expensive for you, or you want an all-inclusive package. Okay? There's some amazing opportunities coming your way, Aries, this year. But I get the sense that they're all coming from this change in you. This lightness that seems to be emanating from your body, from your aura. This sense of you not feeling like you have to force or prove your place in the world. You just are. For some of you, you're carving your place in the world. You're realizing, maybe I don't fit in the places I'm trying to fit in, or I've been trying to fit in. Maybe you just need to sit still, create your place in the world, and that's how you'll find your tribe. Remember I was saying some of you are going to end up doing your own thing, moving out on your own, traveling, maybe even on your own, creating your own business, creating your own platform, things of that nature. Sometimes you just need to sit still. Definitely are some changes coming in regards to your career. And these changes are going to afford you the lifestyle that you want to live once again. Okay? Genuineness is going to touch every area of your life. In the way you present yourself, the jobs you work, or the job you work, the people you allow into your life, the love you accept into your life. All of it must be genuine. All of it must reflect who you believe yourself to be. No longer who you feel you have to be, or who you feel you have to live up to any longer. Certain things you're leaving behind in the past decade, and you're hoping that people can accept this new version of you. I'm not going to say new you, because there's an essence to you, of course, that is the same, but you are upgrading your life. You are no longer accepting less than you deserve, even in the way you dress, even in the way you present yourself, even in other people's interactions with you. You're expecting the best out of yourself, but you're also expecting the best out of everyone around you. And with this new change coming for you, Aries, once again, you're going to have to let go of the past in a lot of ways. Past people, past circumstances, past places. And there's going to be a bittersweetness about it, because, you know, certain things in the past that you'll be letting go, you put so much energy and time and investment into. And it may feel like a failure. But don't see it as that. See it as it's no longer resonating with you. It's no longer a part of who you feel you are, and who you want to present yourself to be, who you want to be. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. And it's okay to feel lost or feel worried. Especially when it comes to doing new things and putting yourself out there and taking risks. Sometimes you may feel like a fool. Sometimes you may feel silly. Sometimes you may feel like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Keep moving forward anyway, though. Remember, you're stepping into this energy of intuition and paying more attention to your emotions and honoring your emotions, which is something that you don't usually do necessarily for some of you. Some of you are used to getting a feeling and going with it, getting an instinct or an insight and going with it. And then thinking about it, tapping into your intuition later. But that process is changing. You're tapping into your intuition and your feelings before you jump into a situation. You're no longer wasting your time on situations, people, places, things, or opportunities that you know from the jump are not worth your time. I love this reading, Aries. This was such a beautiful reading, man. I love it. Thank you for allowing me to read for you, Aries. And I hope I gave you some insight and clarity into your new year. Remember, if you want a personal reading from me, I am available at LAMARR TOWNSEND. Tarot.com, and I would love to read for you, Aries. You can also call me or text me at 703-791-9162. I am available for personal readings, remember. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment, and share with your friends and family. Make sure you hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get notification every time I upload a new video, Aries. Also, check out my other videos on Aries, readings on Aries. I have a lot of videos, okay? So check those out. Binge watch, okay? Do what you need to do. But just make sure we keep in touch, okay? And I hope you have a great year, Aries. And love and light. God bless and no stress. Remember, I'm here for you whether you need candle work, an astrology birth chart reading, or a psychic tarot reading. Remember, I have a New Year special. $100, you get one candle. You also get a 30-minute recorded psychic tarot reading and a 30-minute recorded birth chart reading for $100. I also have other specials and other readings and other options to choose from as well. So I look forward to doing a reading with you, and I look forward to keeping in touch. Alright, I'll see you in the next video, or I'll see you in your own personal reading. Either way, I will see you soon. Love and light.